Hello, it is me, Sharak Alabuena. So awesome. Okay, so I know I haven't been on for a while. I've been working through a lot of stuff. So, I basically have been under like psychic attack energetically. Um, it's been quite an interesting ride. I've learned a lot about myself, and to was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday I learned that the reason that I was feeling all of the things that I was feeling is because, like, initially the higher self or the inner child of the person that was doing that was coming over, like, like astral projecting over to me, and yeah, stuff, things happening. Now it's like energetic cords that I need to get rid of. So I was like, how it just seems like I can still hear things and I don't know what's going on and this sucks. So I ended up figuring out that there was cords in my throat chakra. And once I got rid of the cords in my throat chakra, I was able to relax and come down into my body again. And by the way, I was thinking, I'm looking at my Isn't that pretty? I love it. I'm not going to move the camera because I like right where that circly thing is. It's perfect. But anyways, that's my new tapestry that I got when I moved into my new awesome apartment. So today I want to talk about just kind of like some stuff that I've learned, and also like I did a channeling with my teacher, my Twin Flames Meridian Energetics teacher, Mel Brand. And because yesterday when I woke up, I was like, I need to know about the Well of Dreams chakra, because this was before I figured out like what was going on with my throat chakra. Because I keep feeling all this like at the base of my spine. I was like, do you know what's going on there? You know what I mean? And I know that the Well of Dreams chakra is there. And then in the Matrix, they stick that thing up in your head. Yeah, I don't know. And then I ended up seeing like it was really weird. Like it was like it was like kind of like this actually, but it was like a circle here, and like it had like a fan out like thing that was like trying to like connect up to my back there, and I was like, wow, that really looks like the thingy that they used with the in the Matrix, and that makes me feel really uncomfortable. So I was like, I don't know what's going on. I need to figure this out and determine what I need to do. So I was like, I remembered it's been years since I heard Mel talking about the Well of Dreams chakra. I haven't done any research on it, like at all. And I was just like, you know what? I need to ask Mel. I need to channel Mel and see if he'll come and explain this to me. So it's kind of a long read, but it's a really good channel and it's got a lot of information, and I asked a lot of questions. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing today. I'm not going to two-part this video because it's all one really good thing. And I don't think I have anything else to talk about. But if I do, I'll do another video. So let me just... Mel and I just always had this like fun banter. So that'll come out in in the reading. Plus it's fucking boring if you don't laugh. I mean, come on. So anyways, I'm going to try to like read from over here, but the stuff is kind of tiny because I like have a laptop that's like this big, and then like the camera's like over here, and then the Word doc is over here, so I have to like try to read from like stay in the camera without being like so anyway. So this is where I started. Like today is March 12th at 2:47 p.m. And I did this yesterday, March 11th at 12:55 p.m. So this is how it started. So I called in Mel, my teacher, to ask him for the truth about the Well of Dreams chakra. And he says, Christine, I'm happy you have come. I'm happy to say you have come very far in your evolution since we were last communicating. You have made some pretty good decisions for yourself. I have a lot to say, and I want to express my deepest congratulations for your heart chakra being cleared from the energy that was causing you so much sadness. Well, I've had a lot going on. So I said, "Oh man, when I was told about the what happened, oh yeah, that's right. I want to talk about that." Okay, so I incarnated at least twice on this earth. This is my third time. And in my most recent life, um, I was channeling my heart, I think Friday maybe? I'm not sure. It was Thursday or Friday. Either way, um, I found out that basically I was like beaten to death. It makes so much sense because like I've been afraid, like I have like, I'm working on it, but like there's like some sort of like fear of like being close with a guy because he might beat me up or like, I thought it was because like, that happened in my family, like, so I just related it to that. I never thought that I had like a previous life and that was the reason that I was experiencing like, you know, that feeling. I just, never thought it was like before. But anyway, so I said, oh man, when I was told about what happened in my previous life, I realized that was shaping my entire life. And I've been sad pretty much my whole life. Yeah, my whole life. Because I was born into a family where, family physically abuse and the things, drinking involved. And yeah, it makes me wonder if my energy was so strong between the two of them that it caused that to happen. Like, maybe I'm not trying to put any kind of blame on myself because I don't believe that, but I kind of wonder if like my soul energy coming through my little baby body was so strong that like maybe the energy that I brought in caused my family to be that way. Like maybe, this world is like a projection, right? It's a simulation. So I was just thinking like maybe like my parents were like they said that they would do that. You know what I mean? Like in order for me to like grow and heal. You know what I mean? Like that was like an agreement that we made before I came or that's what I'm saying. So I'm just thinking like, my energy like when it emanated out, like it just really like caused them to like become that abusive physically people. So anyway, Christine, you choosing to make me a priority is going to help you evolve even faster. There are many of the twin flames that have chosen to shut me out because they don't believe in my work, and I still have a lot to tell them. And then I went on to say, like, that's like impossible to me. Like, what? Like, they don't believe in what you said. They don't believe in anything. Like, what? And then, so basically, what he's talking about is like, I decided to like make like a weekly because him and I used to hang out for an hour. I mean, yeah, I was learning stuff like doing Meridian energetics and stuff, but it was really fun. And so I just kind of was like, I don't have anything going on a whole lot and I have time. I could spend an hour a week or whatever, a couple times a week, just to prioritize and learn from him. So he said, Christine, you choosing to make me a priority is going to help you evolve even faster. There are many, oh yeah, I already read all that. And I said, basically, I went on saying how it's impossible for them not to believe in Mel because no one would love my energy if he didn't help me by teaching me energy work. I wouldn't have made it through the bullshit with that supposed friend if Mel wouldn't have taught me how to do energy work. And so I know I'm kind of not really flowing and I'm kind of talking and stuff. Hopefully you can like stick with me because like there's some really good information in here, and I have to do the backstory and the back like stuff in order to get to the good stuff. Okay, so um, just try to work with me here. I haven't done a video in a while, please. Okay, Christine, remember this when I say it. You are magnificent. I mean it. You have come so far from when I taught you Meridian energetics. Your heart chakra has grown in size, and I'm happy to see you cry because it means that you are truly receiving my message. And then I said, I'm crying because I forgot that Mel says that to me. And it made me remember the time frame before I moved out of my house when he said it to me, and how I truly felt during those times. And it also means that I am truly talking to Mel because he is the only one who says that to me, and in that way. Christine, you know you're going to be typing for quite some time, and that's okay with me as long as you are receiving what you need from me. And then I said, yeah, because we could just sit here and shoot the shit for hours. And he said, Christine, you are so happy I'm here that you can't even hear me. Yeah. You're sure able to read me with me even telling you what I'm saying. And then I laughed and I said, yeah. And he said, you're telling me who I am before I even deliver the message. So first I want to tell you that is magnificent. You're becoming more of an intuitive woman that can read the energy being conveyed to you without the being saying their truth in full. So now that we got that out of the way, let me say how happy I am feeling knowing this about you. Because now that we can communicate with energy, I'll be able to teach you a lot more than us just sitting around with our thumbs up our asses talking like this. I don't know why my neck is so itchy. Oh yeah, I pulled a bunch of shit out. Yeah, a bunch of shit out. Anyway. All right, he says, I'm Mel, but you are much more than me. Now that you have this ability, we can do much more fun stuff with your truth, as you call it. The main meaning of a higher self is that she can speak to you about your inner truth. So whether you call her your higher self or your truth, you are still receiving information. So that's wonderful. And then I said, I just heard your voice. I remember when you used to say, isn't that wonderful in real life? And then he said, Christine, you know you're magnificent when you can hear the human sound even when there isn't one speaking to you. There are many twins who still have not been able to achieve this. Their hearts aren't open enough to hear the true sound of the being that is speaking to them. When I'm talking to you, you hear my voice. You hear me in my voice. It's important so that we can communicate on a level of trust. And then my little lady jumped. She interrupted and said, I just want to know when we're going to talk about the Well of Dreams, so when I watch the Matrix movie, I can compare notes, because I haven't seen it in a while and I don't remember everything. So I want to be able to have enough information so that I can see how it all works and maybe change my energy into becoming more beautiful. And I said, oh, my sweet. Christine, I'm Mel, and yes, I will speak to you about the Well of Dreams chakra. You know you're persistent enough to keep me on track as well. We have a lot to go over here today, so let's get started. The Well of Dreams chakra has a very important role. And I said, OMG, so when you first talked about the Well of Dreams, so I got visual, and I felt the energy of it, and it pinpointed me to look directly at it. And that is when I realized that the energy coming from the back is coming from further out, which would be my cyclical chakra and someone messing with it. I realized that I already knew somebody was messing with it, but I'm just putting it out there. So, and I said, Mel, do you know about the cyclical chakra? Will you tell me? So if you don't know about the cyclical chakra, I don't know if there's a lot of information about there. But I do know that there is a couple of people, I'm not going to name names in this one, but they're the people who I learned about the cyclical chakra. Like, I learned that it even existed. It's called, like, they basically called it the void. And just to give you my own definition. You can make your own. Do the research, read. I mean, I actually did talk about the cyclical chakra, but I don't remember exactly what I said. But basically, the way I understand it is it's the void. Like, it's like the place where you can like plant information to yourself, like your higher, like, okay, so I'm just going to say it how I think it is, like right now. So your higher self can like plant information back there, or you can get information, and then it's back there in the void, like waiting to come forward to, like, I don't know, like I kind of feel like it comes like to the well of dreams, but in here he says that it's directly connected to the heart chakra. That's not really quite how I understood it, but there's a lot more to learn about it. So this is just the beginning. I'm going to keep learning about it because I'm getting a lot of like uncomfortable feelings like down here in the lower part. So I'm going to keep researching. I'm not done with this yet. So this is just the beginning. And I might go over here and learn about that and go over there and learn about that, but I will still continue. As long as I keep getting information and crapola feelings back there, I'm going to keep going. So anyways, where was I now? Okay. So I was asking him to tell me about the cyclical chakra. And he said, I'm Mel, you said it right as I was about to say it. The real meaning of the cyclical chakra is that it works with the well of dreams chakra. So as you already know, you have had someone messing with your energy, and that person, I'm saying person, not being, has come to terms with their abilities of moving and changing your energy to engage in other activities with your energy. Not cool. And I said, I have a belief of who it is. A couple people, actually. Anyways, so then he says, Christine, I'm Mel. You have it right, and I'm not going to speak it to you so that you can tell everyone it was me that told you. And so I laughed and I said, you would say that. Because I said who I think it is. Anyway, so he said, Christine, when you laugh, you are so much brighter than you think you are. And then I said, oh, how I love to laugh. Okay. Now let's get down to business. You have a heart, and in your heart, you can choose what will make you happy and what will not. I say it in this way, so I'm making it clear enough for you to type it out. If I don't do that, then you won't know for sure, so let's continue. Your heart is so big and so imaginable that you can create anything you want to experience. You have the creative imaginative faculty within your soul's blueprint. So yes, the others have it too. But I want to say it to you right now for the purpose of learning about the cyclical chakra. Yours is intact, because I was like questioning, like, I know it's being messed with, but did somebody take it? Like, is that possible that somebody can take it? Christine, you won't need to imagine it not there because you can see it in your heart, that you still have it. And if you didn't have it, you wouldn't be feeling it either. So what I am sharing here is that the energy around it isn't very polite. So you have an image of what it looks like, and now I want you to imagine it to be the color that makes you see your truth and live in your purpose. And then, so I sat for a moment, and at first I saw it to be gold, and then I thought maybe I should ask. Then I saw it pink, and that didn't feel right. And then I saw it to be a golden white, and now I'm seeing it as golden white. Beautiful. So that like resonated. It was like kind of like a homey feeling of like, okay, yeah, this fits. Because every time I look at my hair herself, she's like white and golden, like she has a golden hue or whatever. And then I said, Mel, this is wonderful. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you bringing this back to my attention of visualization, because I had forgotten about the fact that I have the power to change the fucked up shit that I've been going through. He said, Christine, now that you can see it to be a white golden, well, I say white golden, not golden white, because when you say it white golden, then it's more white than golden. You see, Christine, your words have meaning and definition. You have been learning this, I can see. So when you let me speak, that is when I am conveying a message with the definition, meaning. That the words that I speak have meaning. So then it means something more to you when you can hear me speaking to you than if if you just feel my energy being conveyed. The truth I'm trying to tell you is that when you listen to my energy, it is telling you much more than what your human mind can comprehend. But as you listen to my voice and my words I'm speaking, that is when you can receive a real message to your human mind. And the image that I can convey to you right now is that of a golden heart living in each of you. Everyone should see their golden heart projecting out into the ethereal realm because that is where their life is created long before it hits your human reality. I'm so grateful for you, Christine, talking with me because there are many souls in this earth who are in need of hearing this message we have conjured up here today. And I said, thank you. I'm grateful for you too. And then I said, oh, wow. So I started asking Mel a question. So without typing it out, I started asking him a question and then I just explained it. So I started to ask Mel a question about him saying that the golden heart projects out into the ethereal realm. And when he said that to me, I saw my heart project out in front of me. But my question was about how in the Matrix, when they would hook back up to the machine, they would put the plug in and then they would go to sleep. And then the person who was still awake would put a square piece of program, whatever they wanted the person to know, into the computer software. And in turn, then the information would go into the Well of Dreams chakra, what I believe to be connected to the cyclical chakra, and the chakra projects to the Well of Dreams chakra, and then the chakra connects to the mind, and the mind connects to the heart, and the heart projects outward. So that's a lot of stuff. And then I wanted to make sure that I understood what exactly he was like. Did I say it right, or did I figure it out? And so I said, is that the truth of how it works, or something I missed? Because it somehow didn't feel right exactly. And he said, Christine, what a great response to my answer. You got it from when you started with the Well of Dreams chakra being connected. Christine, I'm Mel, your teacher, and when I'm talking, you made it a point to listen, so listen up. What I was going to say is that the answer to your question, so like I felt off and uncomfortable. This can happen sometimes when you're channeling. Like your feelings can like it's kind of like you're in a high vibration and you're like listening, you're flowing along and like you're getting the info, and then like a feeling happens about whatever information, and you start thinking and focusing and you like change your stuff. And then you stop listening to the person and then you start focusing on what it is. And then you think that you're still listening to the person, but you're really not. So that kind of happened a little bit. So then I was like, okay, I like stopped and like regrouped and like got back down into myself and like figured out what I was trying to do. Because I don't want to channel the wrong information. I mean, obviously it's always an interpretation of like energy or whatever. So it's like my interpretation of the energy that I'm hearing. But like you can still channel like other parts of your, like you can project out, and I could channel my stomach, I could channel my liver, I could channel my whatever. So anyways, I don't want to do that. So anyway, back to the good stuff. I'm Mel, your teacher, and when I'm talking, you made it a point to listen, so listen up. What I'm going to say is that the answer to your question is not exactly. Your Well of Dreams chakra isn't connected to the cyclical chakra. It is connected to your heart, where the belief system occurs. So when you determine a belief, your heart projects it into the ethereal realm. And then at that point, the higher self takes hold and determines how it will show you in your human life. That's right, Christine, it's the opposite. And then I said, so Mom, can you please explain the truth about this? Because I remember before that I had learned that everything came through the heart chakra, and then the reality was created. But in this video that I watched, I'll link the video, if I can find it. It was a while ago. It talks about the Father being the mind, the creative essence, then the spirit being the emotions or the sacred feminine, and then the sun, the behavior, the active masculine in action, practicing. And then he said, Christine, listen, when you are sitting here with me, it makes me so happy to see how far you have come. You truly are magnificent. I can see that you have been completing a lot of information so you can create the life you truly are desiring. And then I said, yes, I am. And so I want to say that I am happy to share with you that you have it figured out. The human mind does receive a thought, and when it does, it carries the thought in its heart chakra. Once the heart determines its belief about the thought, then it projects it as an image into the ethereal realm, only to be conveyed as a truth to the higher self. And when the higher self gets the message, she then in turn holds the energy to help the human create its desires. So I said, what part does the well of dreams chakra play? And the same with the cyclical chakra. And so this is where he talks a lot. So this is the good stuff. So make sure you're listening. Pause it, do whatever you need to do, because this is good stuff. Okay. So Christine, you may have stumbled on to some very pertinent information needed for the human population. So I will be very specific in my heart to ensure that this answer is conveyed to you in a way that you can speak it to the people. I will explain each one separately. In one of my videos, I talked to you all about the Well of Dreams chakra, and in it I expressed the deep importance of this information to the human body, mind and body. The information received to me during this time was not all the information regarding this chakra. So as you know, I am not living anymore, and that is important for you all to share with yourselves. In this moment, Christine, my partner in crime, is helping me to convey a message that will be spoken to you in her video. I have put together a message that I know you will all hear, so that it is the reason that I am having Christine type it as if I am actually speaking, because I am. I am Mel Brand, Twin Flame and Meridian Energetics teacher. My twin flame and I, Nicole, had spent many years concerned about having enough content to put out to the people and having it be received in a positive way. This message may come to some as a message of disturbance, because I am actually speaking to you through Christine, and she is going to let you know what I am saying. It does not mean that you are not important to me. It just means that Christine has the desire to learn and create in this kind of way to you all. I am Mel, so don't get it confused. I laughed. So what Christine here has asked me over and over is how the Well of Dreams chakra works. She has a lot of information in her energy for you to take in as a message that cannot be conveyed through her words, just as I had when I would speak to you all. And then I said, you're talking a lot. Can you scoot your boots to the Well of Dreams? He said, Christine, I'm explaining how they can know I'm really talking so that they don't disapprove of the message I'm about to share. And then I said, perfect. So let me continue. As you all have learned, the Well of Dreams chakra is very important to the human mind and heart. They are connected and each work with this area. Okay, let me say it one more time. So let me continue. As you all have learned, the Well of Dreams chakra is very important to the human mind and heart. They are connected and each work with this area. If the Well of Dreams chakra does not turn in the correct direction, the human mind can create many different unhealthy images and thoughts, creating a very hectic life for oneself. When the Well of Dreams chakra isn't turning in the right direction, you'll most likely have dreams that are very unhappy. They will have expressions of beings becoming more aggressive and unwell. As you are typing here, Christine, I wish for you to allow the flow of these words instead of interpreting them. I am speaking in a way that they will understand. And I said, okay. The Well of Dreams chakra, because I was feeling a little anxiety about, I'm getting information that I don't know. So it's not like I'm able to really know, you know what I mean? It's like words. I'm not the person saying stuff, so then it's not something that I know, so then it's I question, is that really what I'm hearing, kind of a thing. But that's what he's referring to, because I kind of got a little anxiety about it. Okay. The the well of dreams or the well of dreams chakra plays a huge part in the connection to the human mind and the heart. There are many experiences that can be changed by simply choosing to turn the chakra to its natural direction. As you can see here, the root chakra is directly connected to the well of dreams chakra. It is connected through the spine. So if you have an experience in your childhood that has caused you some anguish or unhappiness, you can then know that it will carry up to the well of dreams chakra, causing you to have a lack of creativity in your heart chakra. And then I said, Mel, I fucking love you. As you're aware, the root chakra is connected to the base of the spine, the tailbone. So when it's not functioning properly, you will feel the energy moving up and down the spine, connecting with this chakra. Kundalini rises, and so does the energy of the root. It sends the message to the mind to create what is truly feeling, thus creating the reality from it. And I said, okay, hold on. I'm getting a download. So I think I just grounded out, because now I understand more about everything that has been happening to me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And go on, please. Okay. Okay. Christine, I am Mel. With this new energy you are receiving, you will know more about the well of dreams chakra as you continue to type, and it will make it easier for me to communicate. And I said, awesome. So I will continue. Now that you know the reason you are creating your life in the way that you are is due to the root being connected to the spine and it sending the message up to the brain via the well of dreams. You can now know that the energy being conveyed to the mind becomes a thought. That then becomes a truth through the heart and then sends it up to the higher self, and then it becomes reality. And then I said, so people in general, because they have a lot in their root chakra, that is their natural human upbringing experience. They don't even see how the root continues to repeatedly create the exact same experience throughout their life until they decide that the truth that they have lived with for so fucking long no longer serves them as a truth to have that experience. Change your truth, change your life. Some truths you may not realize have become a truth and need to change. This is why I spend a lot of time. What is my truth? What is my truth? What is my truth? What is my truth? All day, every day. High is yes, low is no. Is this my truth? Yes. Low is no. That's how I do it. Every day. All day, all the time. And sometimes I'm just so whatever, and I don't, I'm not perfect. Okay. So, Christine, when you have said this, it is a full summarization of exactly what I was explaining. So, yes, you are correct in your response. I needed to tell you so you know you are understanding what I'm conveying. And then I said, is there anything else that needs to be said about the well of dreams chakra? Christine, I have more, but it can be for another time. This is enough information for you here today. Most of your audience will be able to grasp this message and heal their hearts enough to move forward in their life so that they can teach others the truth about it. I have another message if you don't mind typing. I can see your energy is falling and I want to get this to you before you go to sleep. I was pretty tired. Sometimes when I'm channeling, it takes energy out, And I said, okay, Christine, I don't just say you're magnificent to help you to feel happy or your ego to get blown up. I say it to you for you to see that it is your own truth, that you truly believe about you. It makes you happy to hear it because you have been speaking it to yourself in your heart for many years, but you haven't taken it on as a real and true belief. I need you to know that the energy exchange here today is one that most will not completely know how to accept, but the meaning of it will be received via their higher self. I know you have a question, so I will answer it. You want to know about that, how instead of me saying that the info comes from the heart, comes from your higher self to the human and all that jazz. And I said, well, yeah, because I remember that we get a download through the higher self. So is it like not really just one way? It's both? Like it comes, like some stuff comes from the earth and the other stuff comes from the ethers, as in like energetic flow from one to the other. And he said, Christine, what I will tell you is that you are right. There are times when the human cannot grasp the information and the flow will come from the higher self. But it is all one truth. So even if it comes from the higher self or from the human, you are all one being having a human expression on earth. I am pleased with your response. You made my existence on earth a much more happy one, Christine. I know you know that, but I just wanted you to know that when we talked, it made my day to help someone so hurt and to now see how far you have come deep within your heart. It is very magnificent. I have come a long way. This was like 2018, I think. 16? It was 16 or 18, I can't remember. No, it was 16. Yeah, it was 2016 to 2018. Yeah, because it took me like, there was like 2 parts of this course. And it took like 3 or 4 months for each, and then 3 or 4 months for the next, and whatever. Anyway, I laughed and said, okay. I said, okay, Mel, I love you too. Thank you very much, Mel. I really, truly appreciate your heart speaking with me today, and I know lots of other people will be very happy to receive this information. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So, oh, that's not even as long as I thought it was going to be. So, that's pretty darn cool. It kind of like, to me, after I got done with this, I was feeling like, like it's kind of like a puzzle. You have to put it together. You have to put the pieces together. And that's kind of what I do. I like to do is like, there's a question about something, or like something's like missing, like something you don't see or know or whatever. And like, there it is. Like, oh, I got the piece of that. Let me put that in there. I don't even like puzzles. I don't have the patience to put a piece of puzzle. Like it just, but when it comes to like information, I'm like, oh, here's this. Put that in your little computer, the little disc. Here you go. Here's some information, download. I wanted to talk just a little bit more because I did watch The Matrix, and I recommend you watching it. Because, I mean, even regardless if you've seen it or whatever, maybe you already know what I'm talking about, but okay, so I remember something that I really wanted to talk about in here. So Marina Jacoby, I will link one of her videos too in this, so you can watch it. But if you're on this path with me, like we're digging in. So she talked about, it was one of her most recent videos, like a couple weeks ago or something, or maybe like 3 weeks ago. She talked about how she wasn't feeling good. She felt sick, and she knows that she can do an image projection of herself and heal herself. So she was taking a shower, and everybody knows when you're in the shower, you're getting more information. It's more of a download. So she was projecting, but she was sick and she was tired, and so she didn't realize like the magnitude of the energy that she was really putting in to the image of her like healed self. So in her video, she talked about how she was like basically not eating any food and just drinking water so that she could really get the download of it. I haven't watched any of her videos since then, but in the Matrix, it takes Neo to understand that it's kind of like when you're in a dream. Like that's how I see it. Like I'm physically here right now, but like when I go to sleep, I'm projecting out and I'm having a dream. But it's not really a dream. It's like basically it's kind of like, oh my God, what is going on? I totally just thought of something. When they go to sleep, they go into the Matrix. This, I guess I'm a little confused. Either way, what my point is that when you project, like in the Matrix, he literally, like you basically can do anything you want. You don't have to limit yourself. The Matrix, even though like everybody's like, oh, leave the Matrix, go to the Matrix or whatever, but like There was one person that said this to me, and I don't remember who it was. Oh, I think maybe it was Linda McGillis. I think I heard her say it. That once you realize that the matrix is not your enemy, it's your friend, you can create lots of stuff. And honestly, that's exactly what Neo is doing in the Matrix. He holds the power. That's how you do it. You hold the power of the creation of the Matrix because you hold the ability of the belief in your heart, so you can create whatever you want. Like the little girl in there. I kind of tried it, but it didn't work because I don't have the belief. I gotta work on it. But anyways, the little girl, she was like bending the spoon, and like then he bent the spoon, and she said in there, the spoon is not real. Be the spoon, or be you, or whatever. And so like when he went like this, and the spoon like moved with him, like it did what he did. So it's like, it's not just like, oh, get out of your mind, blah, 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 you know? Yeah, you do need to get out of your mind because you got to stop thinking too much, and you got to see your heart. You got to feel your heart. You got to like know and be here. But you also have to use your mind to help yourself acclimate and understand. Like it's not just like, throw your mind out. You can't live without your mind. You have to have your mind. The mind and the heart have to work together in unison. Because if you, okay, so like, let's say, for example, I'm just going to use this as an example. Let's say, for example, like somebody's like living in fear, they're really unhappy, they're really, really sad. In those times, the heart is going like this. Or like some people have a flower. Well, I guess everybody has a flower. But anyways, the flower closes. So then your heart is closed. I don't know if you can feel that, but I feel my heart closed. And so then you start thinking, and you start freaking out, and you start thinking, and you start thinking, and you start thinking, and you start thinking, and you start freaking out, and you're just going all this stuff. And then like you laugh about something, and your heart goes like this. But did you see what happened though? Like when I see like if my heart is closed, all I see is this. If I hold the open, I see the heart. I see the mind sees the heart. So it's like the projection, you know what I'm saying? It works together. Yeah. It's not just one or the other. It's both. You have to open your heart. So like it just like it kind of irks me a little bit when people are like, you're so in your mind. You know, like get out of your mind. Like just telling me to get out of my mind doesn't tell me nothing. You know, you have to say like open your heart, get in your heart, like see, like watch a loving movie, like watch somebody fall in love, like play with a puppy, or like, you know, hug your cat, or make yourself laugh. I mean, I'm just going to use this as an example because it makes me laugh every time. So when I was first with my false twin, I guess you could say, maybe, oh man, we had some rough stuff. And like, you know, when you live by yourself and then all of a sudden somebody comes into your space and you're just like, dude, get the fuck out of my space. I can't fart, I can't laugh, I can't this, I can't that. Like it just was like everything was like off. We were like, the energy was like bing, 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 like, you know what I mean? Like we couldn't find this like happy, like, you know what I mean? So anyways, there was drama and unhappiness, and like every day that I went to work, I was like, oh my God, how am I going to make it through the day? Because I was mad, or I was sad, or I was irritated, or annoyed, and like I just was like, bruh, all the time, every day. And so I didn't want to bring that to work with me. I didn't want my coworkers to be like, yeah, she's such a crabby whatever. And so I don't even know why it makes me laugh. So I would always be like, like every day. Exactly. And you can see the difference between like when I was like crabby and annoying, like my energy shifted from like that to like kind of like the okay. So anyways, like another thing that I just want to add is that you guys see me on camera and you see the happy, the good, or whatever. But this girl ain't like this every day. That's why I don't do videos a lot. I don't always feel good. Sometimes I'm motherfucking pissed off. Sometimes I'm bitching to myself constantly all day. I mean, I'm by myself. I work from home, so like just me and my cat and you know. So anyways, I don't get to talk to too many people, so I have to like bitch to myself. Like it's just the way it is, you know? So oh, you know what? I'm gonna bring this up. I just was like, so I was gonna just say, why don't you watch The Matrix? But like, not saying you don't have the ability, because you do. But I just want to bring some stuff to the attention of the people since I'm doing a video and I just watched it. There was some things that were said in there. Okay. 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 So this was the part, and you can look and go to the part if you don't want to watch the whole thing or whatever. But it's the part where Neo already took the pill, and he was had the thing in the back of his. You know, I'm never doing that, and if I did, oh my god. Anyway, so they were talking. The canvas was white, completely white, and they had the two chairs. What's interesting is one chair was red. Like they were both red, but like one chair was like new and the other one was old. And then there was this like old school TV, a program, a TV program. You know what I'm saying? So, um, okay. So one of the things that I wrote down, I just going to tell you my notes, is we broadcast our pirate signal into the matrix. So basically, like that's I remember Kent Dunn, he said that this body that you see is a hard projection of like what I believe to be myself. And in the Matrix, they talked about that. All white is the loading contract. You can load anything that you need into the white. We are literally just a computer program. So what I'm trying to say is that you can reprogram yourself. I've been doing it for a while. I look, my family, they have this belief about who I am, but I'm not the same person that they think I was. They still have a belief because all they can see is the past. I don't look in the past. Well, I have to look in the past for some stuff, but whatever. But I'm just saying, like, look in the now, you know? If you have to go back in the past to rewrite or rechange or reprogram things, you can. Okay, so then he was saying that the projection of them was a residual self image, the mental projection of yourself. Weapons, training, simulating anything we need in the white canvas. Okay. Is it really so hard to believe? That was one of the things that I wrote down. I believe it. As soon as I can do some things, oh man, I'm going to be doing some things. Okay, so then he said, what is real? How do you define real? And that's one of the things that Mel was talking about in, like, he was saying that I was learning definitions of stuff. Like, if you notice, the whole English language is all about definitions. Even how the baddies, if you will, they redefine things. Do you ever notice that? Like, for example, a perfect example is in the Bible, it talks about Pandora's box. Did you know that's real? My dad told me about it. I didn't even know nothing about it. I had no idea that I even had that situation going on. So, anyways, you can close it. You can put everything back into it and close it. But still, like, there's a music app called Pandora. They're trying to take everything and redefine it, because once you redefine something, you can make it mean something else. Taking the consciousness, even the subconscious, like, it's kind of like the subconscious already know because the DNA knows already. So like the DNA is telling you, hey, Pandora's box is not a good thing to open. But then it's like, oh, I listen to Pandora's box, Pandora music or whatever, like it's okay. It's making it go from like, you don't want to open that box. You really don't want to open that box to, it's okay. Yeah. I get a little heated about some stuff sometimes. It's so much fun when you laugh. Okay. Okay. So then another thing. I'm just gonna tell you what I wrote down from my notes. Okay. So he says, "What is real? How do you find real? Define real. Do you define it by your five senses?" Okay, this is important because literally, like, you're like, oh, I only define things by what I can feel, what I can see, what I can touch, what I can hear. But in the well of dreams chakra and the heart chakra, how you create is through an image that you cannot, like, touch. Yes, you can see it, but you can't physically see it. You have to see it with your third eye. So it's a projection of something that you really have no fucking grasp of anything. You can't do anything about it. You just see the image and then whatever happens from there. So anyway, he said, if that, do you define it by your five senses? Is that, if that is how you define anything by your five senses, then it's only what your electrical signals interpreted by your brain. Let me say it one more time. If, do you define it by your five senses? If that's how you define anything by your five senses, then it's only what your electrical signals interpreted by your brain. So it's like my brain can only comprehend, kind of like. Okay. They were in 2199. I feel like that's significant. It's almost like, okay, so I'm part of the movement of like bringing in New Earth. So, am I from 2199? No, I'm not. Because mine are like, my higher self didn't tell me that, but I haven't done any research about it either. So, but anyways, he's basically said that he picked Neil out in 1999. He was in, like, his consciousness is from 1999. But in reality, or the reality in the movie, is they were in 2199. So that's significant. I don't know like what exactly that means, but I know it's important. Okay. Basically, like, they were in a neuro simulation. And this is like, what I'm trying to say is like, we are in a neuro simulation. Living in the dream world. Okay, and then he said that so he showed him the 20th century. Yeah, I remember the 20th century. It was really nice. And then in the 21st century, apparently we gave birth to a bunch of robots called AI, and they took over and dominated the world. And humans let them. And the fields, he said he remembers the fields. And then the next thing that I wrote down is the mind has trouble letting go. So here, let me tell you something. This is important. So because you have the ability to see with your third eye and to see the projections out, you can project anything. So I project my higher self. I want to talk to my higher self. I want to see her. I want to know what she looks like. She comes from my heart because I'm all connected. My little lady is part of my ego, part of my mind, part of my inner child. She is a projection of of the past, of the things that I don't remember. She's the one that holds me down. She's the one, not holds me down, but like grounds me. When she's on the ground, I'm on the ground. You know, it's like she's a replica of me. She tells me what's going on in my body. My etheric body, which basically is connected to my heart. Everything is in your heart, but you have other things that are connected to that can give you information. Like, for example, in the etheric body, you might have some sort of pain, or like some people can manifest what is it called? Not a tumor. What are they? A cyst. It just basically is. It's a traumatic event that caused your mind and your heart to get so caught up in that moment where you got stuck, and you have this like ball of like feeling that you're holding on to that you cannot let go of. And this doesn't necessarily mean that it's like in this lifetime. It could be in like other lifetimes. So the etheric body and the heart like hold it all together. So what I'm trying to say is that he says the mind has trouble letting go. So the inner child is mainly part of the mind projection. So I unlock a lot of things through her. Like, she helps me. I'm like, what's going on here? Why are you not allowing this? Why are you blocking this? Why are you not feeling good about this? You know what I mean? Kind of stuff. So then, like, I talk to her and she tells me what the truth is. Or I talk to my heart and my heart tells me what the truth is. Wherever the information is that I get directed to, or my higher self will tell me what the truth is about the reason of what's going on, and she'll direct me of where to go or how to find it. Like, basically, it's like you're constantly finding where is the truth coming from. Sometimes I haven't tried to project my feet, which probably would be a good idea. Didn't think of that until right now. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that the mind / ego is part of the replica of your inner child being, because that part of you, it has been, like, you've been your human body self your whole living life, and there is DNA locks, there is root chakra locks, there is power solar plexus locks. You know what I mean? I'm like, not locks, but like blocks. So like that helps you to unlock that stuff so that you can basically create the kind of life that you want to create. Because so many people, like, I see it out all over the place. They're like, I can't do it, I can't do it. Well, when you say I can't, I cannot, you're blocking yourself. Free your mind. There you go. Find your truth and change it. Some stuff you like, let's say, for example, you have a traumatic event. Well, you're going to have to go back to those feelings of that moment where you responded, reacted, whatever, emotionally had your trauma in that moment. And you're going to have to go back into that timeline, and you're going to have to like see yourself, process through your feelings. Do I need to stay stuck here? Do I need to still continue to feel this? And if I do, why? Ask yourself why, so that you can why yourself out of that moment. And when that moment leaves, you will be free from the trauma of that feeling. Because I'm going to tell you this, no matter what happened to you, it doesn't matter what it is. Does not matter what it is. You can feel your feelings, go through the hate, go through the anger, go through the trauma, go through the feelings, go through the punching of the pillow, go through the fucking bitching your fucking ass off, screaming in the fucking car, because it's not like I haven't done it before, but I'm just saying, you go through the fucking shit. You go through it. You go through it until you fucking can't go through it anymore. Until you're done with it. Until you're done with the feeling. And then you close it. You let yourself be released from the suffering of that moment. And that will move you. It will move your energy. It will move your vibration. It will shift you up. And you will become a much better, stronger human being. Period. You will give yourself your power back, because it's kind of like this up here, the solar plexus. It's not the solar plexus, it's like the crown chakra, but this is like the solar plexus. It's emanating out all the time. So, like, you see how these little pieces, I'm totally on the fly with this. This little pieces, it's like projecting out, and it's not like totally connected, like only on the inside, but like it's like separated out here. So, like, these little thingies could be like traumatic moments, or like moments in time, timelines, or whatever. My feeling about this is, I love the way that it is. It's beautiful, even if it's like slightly separated. But still, if it was a solid like medallion, it would be complete. It would be a whole circle, basically making you feel more whole. So here, maybe I can do it this way. So each traumatic event that you can put together and make yourself feel good is like creating a solid foundation of, I can do this. I have the power. I can do this. I'm the strong person. I can do it. Okay, let's keep going. Okay. Another thing that I think is important that I'm going to bring up is, okay, so like my dad lived in Columbus, Wisconsin. And the people that we lived with, they went to Zion school or something. And that word just like stuck with me. And I just really wasn't like, Zion. Like, what is that? So in the movie, it talks about Child of Zion, the last human city, the only place we have left. And then it says Zion is under the ground in the earth core where it is still warm. So I don't totally believe that the earth is like full of like hot magma, or whatever, lava. I do believe that it does have some holy holes or whatever places. I don't totally believe. I also believe that the earth is a ship and not a planet. So I also saw a map where it's actually bigger than the United States to Australia. It's actually like bigger. Like there's like other continents or whatever, like outside that we never knew about, which we're learning about. So there's that. And I believe, like, I'm kind of wondering, like, maybe the Zion under the ground, like, I know the Garden of Eden. Yeah, the Garden of Eden is, I'm thinking that it's under Florida. So, yeah. And then, okay, so the other thing that he said that I wrote down is, do you believe, okay, so this is when they were in the simulation where Neo had learned how to do combat fighting, like jujitsu, I think he learned. So do you believe my being stronger or faster has anything to do with my muscles in this place? Like basically like your physical ability, are you tired? Are you whatever? Everything, what is it? Mind over matter? I have believed this since I was a kid. Mind over matter. What you believe is your reality. Like literally what I was talking about with the spoon. If you believe that you can bend a spoon, you're gonna bend a spoon. Okay? Okay, what was I okay. And then he said, you think that's air you're breathing. I mean, like, I have been wondering about this too. Like, they always say, like, take a deep breath, like, breathe in, breathe in the prana. And I was just like, the fuck is prana? Like, I don't know what that is. But now I'm like, okay, well, I have a belief that God is everywhere, like everything, anything and everything is God. So, like, the particles create different stuff. So, a particle of God can be super duper tiny and small. And when you breathe it in, you're breathing in the air of God. You're breathing in God. It's almost like it's not even air, it's just a particle that you're breathing in. So then every single time you breathe, you're breathing in God, whether you like it or not, unless you want to die. So there's that. Oh yeah. He said, "You're faster than this. Don't think you are. Know you are. Know you are." So then he, like, basically, like, at the end when they decided to come back, um, he had a little bit of blood because he, like, kind of beat him up, and he said, Neo says, "I thought you said it wasn't real. The mind makes it real. So free your mind." Okay. Sentient program. Okay. Electromagnetic pulse, EMP. I'm just going to say that. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Another thing that's really important is, like, when I was a kid, we used to have deja vu. And I was like, what does deja vu even mean? And in the Matrix, they said that the definition of deja vu is when deja vu is usually a glitch in the Matrix. That's when they changed something. So that was after he saw the oracle, and the cat was going by, and the cat came by exactly twice. It was like identical to the first time that it came by. And that's when they were like, uh-oh, like they knew something was wrong. And, like, you see those videos about people where they go into one room and, like, it's the Berenstein Bears with the E, and then this Berenstain Bears when they go in the other fucking room. Like, that to me is the glitch in the Matrix. There's something going on there. And then there's, like, other stuff where people are, like, talking about, like, things are an hour ahead or, like, a day ahead or something like that. Like, they've been changing stuff a lot lately. I don't know if it's been anything recent. That was, like, I don't know, that was a few months ago. Oh yeah. The other thing I wanted to bring up is okay, so actually before I do that. So I wrote down Morpheus knows the codes to get into Zion. And so I was like, why, like, if the Matrix, they say the Matrix is a documentary. So if why would they call the guy Morpheus? Like, what does that name exactly mean? I did not look up Neo. But anyways, Morpheus, the definition that I got is derived from ancient Greek from, it's form and shape, is a god associated with sleep and dreams, one of the thousand sons of Somnus, and then I put emphasis. So Morpheus to me is, well, basically is a god associated with sleep and dreams. And that's exactly what they're talking about. Okay, so Morpheus knows the codes to get into Zion. So God knows the codes, is what I'm saying. So then he talks about the first Matrix was designed to be a perfect human world where no one suffered, where everyone would be happy. It was a disaster. No one would accept the programming, and the crops were lost. Oh, that's okay. So this is the part, my bad. So this is the part where the agent, now I only have the first one, so I don't know all the rest of all the stuff in the other ones. But anyways, um, this is where they caught Morpheus, and the guy was trying to explain to him, like, the agent or whatever. He said that, the first Matrix was designed to be a perfect human world where no one suffered, where everyone would be happy. It was a disaster. No one would accept the programming, and in and then the crops were lost. Some believed that we lacked the program language to describe a mere perfect world. So it's like basically the reason, or I don't know for sure, okay? I'm just saying this is how it sounds, okay? Is that the fall of Atlantis was because people didn't believe in a totally happy, healthy, functioning world. So that just shows the power of belief. Like, seriously. We can go from super duper happy. Like, I don't know about you, but I've been wondering for a very long time, why? Why don't we live in a super duper happy world? Like, why? Why wouldn't we want that? And like, basically, it's literally because we could not fathom having a super duper happy, healthy fucking world. So I'm going to tell you right now, get it. Get with the program. Get with the fucking program where we're super duper happy and we get everything that we want and need. Change your beliefs, change your truths so that we can move into that higher vibration and continue to move and create that higher timeline because we need it. Yeah. We've had too much. We're not going there anymore. It's just not going to happen. We're not going there. We've had enough bad things happening that we're moving on up. We're moving on up to the east side. Okay, so then the agent guy, okay, the quote bad guy. Human beings define their reality as misery and suffering. Stop defining your reality that way. Now, this can come, like, let's say that this chakra is the, I think that's the crown chakra. Yeah, that's the crown chakra. But let's say, for example, that's the, let's see, how do I say this? I was going to say the cyclical chakra, but I don't know for sure if it's a cyclical chakra, and I don't want to say it if I don't know for sure. We'll just say information, like how Mel told me to imagine my cyclical chakra to be a white golden. The information is coming in, projecting, like, the information, the energy is coming in, and then it's here and here, and then, like, you know what I mean, like, creates a thought and creates, potentially my heart has to determine, yes, I like that, or no, I do not like that. So, like, what I'm trying to say, what I'm getting at is that in the back of our minds, in the back of our lives, many lives, we have, can I say it? Can I do it this way? I can't do it. We have the fuck you. Okay, we have the way fuck you, like, fucking misery and the suffering in the back. Projecting, sending energy like, yeah, this is what you're going to create. And I'm like, no. Okay? So, what I'm trying to say is clean it out. Clean it out because it needs to be cleaned out. We're not doing that anymore. We're not living in the old earth anymore. We're living in the new earth. We are creating new every single second of the day. Every single second of the day. We are creating new every single second of the day. Every single day. It's brand new. We go to sleep, we get information, we create the next day. We go to sleep, we create information, we create the next day. It's literally day by day by day by day by day. Okay. So in other words, do the work. And if you need help, ask me. Okay. Okay, so he said the primitive cerebrum rejected the happy matrix. I should probably look up primitive cerebrum. That would have been perfect for this. I didn't even think about it. Okay. Oh, this is important too. So, you know how it's like there's a lot of people, or there's a lot of beings that, we'll say people, let's go with people. There's a lot of people, there are people who create unconsciously, okay? Unconscious. Whenever I think of the unconscious, I think of like stuff going on back here. This is the unconscious, like this is the aware, this is the conscious, this is what I see, this is what I can see, this is what I can't see, or what I just like, what's coming in back here? I don't know what's going on back here. So, and then I think like they said in, I don't know if it was psychology or somewhere I learned it, that the subconscious is hanging out back here. Okay? So basically, because the primitive cerebrum rejected the happy matrix, they started, the agents started thinking for us. They started projecting and sending information to the people so that they were not consciously creating, because they weren't really consciously creating anyways, which is basically how they took over the mind. And that's how they keep trying to take over the mind. They keep trying to send us information. And the heart, if the heart is totally open, because it hasn't been open for thousands of years, now we can create consciously because we can see what's in our face. We can see it now because the heart is like, hey, hi, look at this. I can see it now. Looking at you. I'm so glad I watched this movie. It's so great. Okay, so what else did he say? Started thinking for us. Okay, this is all about evolution. Oh, yes. He said this is all about evolution. Um, like, oh man, I don't know what that says. Breaking into his mind, it's like hacking into a computer program. So yeah, basically like the mind is like a computer program. You can program it to be anything you want it to be. It's an unlimited way of being. It's just be that we've only physically been looking at stuff for a very, very, very long time, and now we can, in the heart, we can look at stuff and see what the real is. Okay, so we called you in to help us retract the human population to raise their vibration. Channel from, oh, this is about me. Sorry, I didn't realize. By being human, you can cause them to see their own potential. You being here lets them see how much more there is to living. We appreciate you being here. You are a human of God's source being. I asked them about chocolate, and they said it's the best image. I don't know, it's the best something. I didn't have like a hard thing or whatever, but and they said it's the best description of chocolate they could. I really love chocolate. I don't know if you love chocolate, but now you know I love chocolate. It's really good to me. Okay, so this is another thing that the agent said that I thought was significant. I was just like, what is going on here, you know? So he said that they tried, the guy, the agent guy, he said he tried to classify our species and you're not actually mammals. And I'm like, you know what? When I was a kid, I don't know about you, but when I was like, I'm a mammal? What? What are you talking about? I don't feel like I'm a mammal. Like that didn't like ring true to me. But I was like, whatever, I guess I'm a mammal. You know, like I just went with it because I was a kid. How did I know? I didn't fucking know. Okay, so basically he's talking about the human population. Humans multiply until every natural resource is consumed, And like my teacher, Mel, I just watched a video of his, like, I don't know, it's like a month ago probably. And he was talking about all we ever do is consume. That's all we do. It's true. The only way we can survive is to spread to another area and then consume that up. I don't think that's totally true because like people have gardens and they can continue to grow and grow and grow and grow and like I don't know. I don't think that's totally true. There is another organ. Oh yeah. And then I was like, oh man, what is he talking about? He said there is another organism on this planet that follows the same pattern, a virus. So they look at us like we're a virus. They believe that we're like a plague. That we're a plague to them, like the baddies. Oh yeah, okay, okay. So this is what I wrote down when we went to the oracle. There is no spoon, only your consciousness, only you. So really, me talking to you on this video, there is no video. There is no anything. It's just you. I don't know about you, but that doesn't make any sense to me at all. Yeah. I'm working on understanding that concept because I feel like when I do understand it, I'm going to be able to bend a spoon. I saw a guy on TV do it once. I mean, if he can do it, I can do it. See how that works? You can do it, I can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Okay. Okay, so another thing that I've been learning too is I know this is a long video, but I just got to say this. So I have been listening to frequencies. This is in relation to my throat chakra. So I've been listening to frequencies because anytime you receive information, like, let's see, how do I say this? So, like, let's say, for example, in your DNA bloodline, there was, trying to think of a good example without totally like igniting my own stuff. It's probably already there. Okay. So let's say, for example, there was like spells and black magic or something that happened in your DNA bloodline or sorcery or something like that. That has a frequency. And there is a video that I just watched. I'll link it in there. It's pretty amazing. There is a frequency that can shift your energy so that you stop experiencing that same frequency. Because when you ignite, it's kind of like when you find a seed in your DNA and it's like, oh, did that happen previously or whatever? Like it becomes more of it can become loud. Like everything is music, everything is sound. So like a seed is a sound, right? So like there can be like dormant seeds or like dormant this or that or like things that you don't really realize is going on. And then all of a sudden you like get into some information that's like, hey, how's it going? And then you learn a little bit more, and then it's like, oh, look, there it is, there it is, there it is. Oh, and then you learn a little bit more, and then you learn a little bit more, and then you get the seed that's like vibrating and like going like whatever in your energy, and then you're like, oh my God, what did I do? What did I open up? I got to get rid of this seed, right? So literally, you can listen to a frequency that will completely and utterly disintegrate the seed and get rid of it. You can also get rid of it with your mind too. Like you can, like if you go into meditation, or if you ask your inner being to show you the timeline and project it to you, the timeline, that happens to me a lot. You can pull that information out of that timeline and be like, oh, okay, now I understand. Like there was this one video that I watched of this girl, and I'm almost done. there was this girl and she talked about it and she's like, yeah, this stuff could have happened in your family bloodline, but it didn't actually happen to you. So if you are like, like basically you live in a whole entire DNA of truth, and you get to decide what truth you want to live in, what truth you want to experience. Hence, the true meaning of free will. You get to choose whatever you want to have experience and happen to you. So if you have something that happened to somebody in your ancestry, whatever, you can say, well, that happened to that person, and you can clear it out. You can, like, I'm not really sure how to tell you how to clear it out because that's not really like in my mind right now, but like basically what I'm trying to say is that you can, like, it's a truth way back here, but here you are in, like, I don't know, 7 generations, 14 generations ahead, and you're like, hey, that never happened to me. That's not my truth. I don't want to experience that, or I'm not trying to experience that. So then you can change your energy, you can change your truth to not experience this. Then you close it out and you close the book, and it's in the Akashic Records. You close the book and you close the door and you lock it, and then it's done and it's over with and it's gone, and then you can go about your happy day. Yeah. So, oh yeah, okay. So basically that's it. That is the end of my talking, and hopefully you got a lot of information because I talk a lot. And I probably should have did a video a long time ago, but this is all totally related, and like I don't know how to not put it in one video so that it's not an hour and a half long, because like normally I don't talk this long. So if you made it to the end and you enjoyed this information, will you please give it a like? I don't have very many subscribers, but maybe I will get some, it could happen. So anyways, I'm going to stop talking. I love you. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day. Have a beautiful day. Have a happy day. And until next time.